Hi. Uh, Hello. Uh, sorry. 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 I want to tell you about my baby. My baby. But it's hard. It's hard. Please bear with me if I get overcome at times. I'll try and soldier on. I I don't even have a picture to show you. I burned them all after it happened. After we had to part. It was love. Love at first sight. And I'll never forget the first time I saw her. I was driving my old rust bucket up Winnipeg Street when my eyes were dazzled by a blaze of radiant golden light emanating from some brilliant object, transfixed by the glorious rays of the sun, the bright sun of the first warm day of spring. As I approached, I could see the object more clearly. It was a car, a big car, and as I passed it, I could see it was a Lincoln, a town car from sometime late last century. I pulled a Yui and drove back to the dealership. I had to know, eh? I had to know. I had to know how old she was, and yeah, I had to know how much. Close up, the Lincoln was even more of a shrine to automotive magnificence, a huge vehicle with dazzling gold paint and gold upholstery, a humongous vehicle that could probably seat 24 people comfortably in the back seat. A pimply-faced salesman wearing a purple shirt. Yeah, pimply in a pearl shirt. Yeah, came bounding out of the office and stated the obvious and said, "That's a real beauty, eh?" Yeah, what year is it? 1990, eh? Just for the hell of it, I asked, "How much?" He told me. I didn't believe him. Asked again. He told me again. I said, "Come on, man. Don't mess with me. How much, really?" Same price. The price was too good to be true. Too good. Yeah, I know. Too good to be true. But the price was too good. And the end result was me driving the golden behemoth off the lot as the proud new owner. Or more like a proud captain, as driving it was like steering the Andrea Doria. Oh, but those seats, gold leather upholstery, so comfortable, so comfortable. For the next little while, my baby and I, we were inseparable and on the road day and night. The Jaw, Moose Jaw, Toontown, Minot, Speedy Creek, the Hat, once all the way to Winnipeg, Winterpeg. But the path of love doesn't always run smooth. You see, there was this smell. At first, it was just a musty smell, like the car had been closed up for a long time. Whatever it wasn't that most erotic of aromas. New car smell. New car smell. And you should expect new car smell, even with a used car. Kind of a used new car smell, if that makes any sense. Still, the smell wasn't too bad at first, and I figured the delicious spring air blowing through my roll-down windows would soon get rid of it. But it didn't. As the summer wore on, the smell became more obtrusive, more obnoxious. I tried running the AC, the air conditioning, at full blast with the windows rolled down. Didn't help. Then I bought some air fresheners for the car, hung an evergreen tree from the rearview mirror. Didn't help. I even started smoking cigars, cheap ones, stogies, to try and cover up the smell. Didn't help. It just replaced one stink with another. I was between wives then. I used to cruise around with my sweetie, but eventually she said to me, "I love you, hun, but I just can't take this old car. It doesn't just stink, it reeks." That was the end of that relationship. It was love me, love my car, as far as I was concerned. Old car indeed. Besides, you can always find another girlfriend. But a vehicle like that, like my baby, comes only once a lifetime. But as time went on, even I had to admit, the car was filled with a fetid stench. It was worse than sewer backup. No one would ride with me. Even hitchhikers turned me down. The last straw was a ride I took down Victoria Avenue, the mainest street in town. It was a stinking hot day, and the Lincoln was hot and stinking. I had the windows rolled down and the AC going full blast, but it wasn't helping. The interior of the car still stank to high heaven. I was stopped at a busy intersection, and I could see people on the street holding their noses, pointing at my baby and crying, "What an awful smell! It's like somebody died!" People were yelling, pointing, fanning the air with their hands. It was like my baby was surrounded by a force field of putrid odor. Good thing the light turned green. Otherwise, I might have started a riot. I finally had to admit defeat and drove back to the lot on Winnipeg Street. Purple's shirt had a pink shirt on today, and he was laughing as another guy handed him a $5 bill. "What was that all about?" I said. Oh man, I bet him you'd last longer than 3 weeks. That was the longest anybody had that stink bomb before. Well, you've had that thing longer than 2 months. You mean others have owned others have owned that car and returned it? Nobody can take that smell for very long. Buddy, you're a champ. Well, what's going on? That was all I really wanted to know. Well, it seems the first owner of the Lincoln died after parking it in a barn on an isolated rural property. This was in July, and he wasn't found until September, after his body lay decomposing in a locked car during the hottest months of the year. When they finally found him, the whole car was full of maggots. Full of 'em. Maggots, Pink Shirt said. The dealership got the Lincoln cheap at the estate sale. Oh, we've cleaned the interior over and over, he told me. Shampooed it many times. It's okay for a while, but then the stench comes back, the aroma of a decomposing corpse. So that was the end of my baby. That was the end of my romance. They gave me most of my money back. Later, I heard they sent the car for scrap. Sent my baby for scrap. But what else could they do? They couldn't sell it. As for me, I went home and got drunk and stayed drunk for a week. And I tore up all my pictures of my baby, tore them into a million tiny, broken little pieces and burned them. So that was the end of my greatest romance, my greatest love, the kind of love that comes but once in a lifetime. I know you're not supposed to love inanimate objects, but we do, don't we? We do. I'm not a profound man, but sometimes I lie awake nights wondering if all our human emotions are based on illusion. I don't know. The only thing I know for sure is love stinks. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring such cryptids as the Night Floaters, werewolves, and the Black-Eyed Children. So again, please consider subscribing. Please help me to reach my goal of 2,021 subs in 2021. Till midnight. Cheers. Almost forgot what year we were in for a moment there. Pictures used in today's video, courtesy of Pix here, that's PX here, while the music was the classic Lightless Dawn by that patron of the internet, Kevin MacLeod.